All right, I'm going to call the Town of Bristol Select Board meeting for Monday, March 4th, 2019 to order. Review agenda. Anything, Valerie?
No changes.
Okay. Public forum. Any comments that are not on the agenda? Hearing none. Police District Public Information Meeting, and I'll read the warning. Legal voters of the Police Department Special Service District of the Town of Bristol are hereby warned and notified to meet at Holly Hall in said Bristol on Tuesday, March 5th, 2019, between the hours of 7 a.m., at which time the polls will open, and 7 p.m., which time the polls will close, to vote by Australian ballot on the following article of business. Article 1, will the voters of the Bristol Police District adopt the proposed 2019-2020 fiscal year budget in the amount of $468,769, a portion thereof in the amount of $421,369 to be raised by a district special assessment property tax rate on the 2019 grand list of the property in the area included within the district sufficient to raise said special assessment property tax. Sum is taxes to be determined by the Select Board. Informational meeting, which is right now. Legal voters of the Bristol Police District are further notified that informational meetings will be held at Holly Hall in Bristol on Monday, February 18th, 2019, during the regular Select Board meeting, which will commence at 6 p.m., and on Monday, March 4th, 2019, during a special Select Board meeting, which will commence at 6 p.m., preceding the annual town meeting, which will commence at 7 p.m., for the purpose of discussion about the proposed police budget. Adopted and approved at a meeting by the Select Board on January 21st. So I will open it up for discussion. Questions, if anybody has any. Mr. Ryan?
I got two questions, but before those, I'd just like to compliment the police department on its community policing and the fact that it seems to be very positive attitude about the department. I think they are doing a very good job, and I think they should be commended for that.
Thank you. And you said
two questions. One, what are the plans? The lease will be up on the current rentals for 5 years, I don't know, on a new facility. And how does that stand? What's the plans? And the other one is, were there any plans or thoughts on going to town-wide or studying it as such?
I guess, Joel, do you want to answer that as part of the...
Well, the Police Advisory Board had met a number of times over the past year or so, not this past year, on our previous chief's watch, and we looked into it and did some studies and things. At this time, we waited for our new chief to get appointed and get his feet wet and get get the department up where he felt it was running, and then we'll probably, as a board, probably bring it up again. Right now, we have not brought it up under Chief Mason's venue yet.
He's talking about town-wide, right?
Town-wide, yeah, town-wide,
Facility.
sorry. Not the facility. And we realize, Peker has mentioned it, that, we've got like 5 years left, or maybe 4, no less than 4. 2023, that's okay. Thank you, Jennifer.
But we do understand that within 3 years of that time that we have to start doing some serious studies on that. Part of the planning when the new fire station was built, that there would be availability there to coexist, have a public safety building, which many towns in Vermont have gone to. And I believe it's worked very well for them, because you share your meeting rooms and other things, so you don't have to duplicate those types of things. There's some question whether or not there's actually enough room there to do that, but that's something that we need to look into. But it's on the radar.
Okay, well, it's not well on the radar. Yeah. Not too far out.
Chance, go ahead, Chance.
I was just wondering, is it still, I wasn't quite clear, is it still being pursued, trying
To go town-wide?
Yeah.
It's in our
Just not doing anything.
things we need to look at. Like I said, Bruce has got a lot on his plate. Chief Nason does got a lot on his plate. for policies and things coming in, and that was one thing we just left off the plate. You know, it's on the side dish, so to speak, and we're going to discuss it probably at later meetings.
So it hasn't disappeared?
That hasn't
but it's
disappeared,
on
by
the
no
back burner.
means. We still have our numbers and stuff.
It's still one of our goals.
One of our goals.
Yes. Ken?
I'm not a voter, but I heard you say there needs to be something done within 5 years. Where does that need come from? Is there a statute or something that says there's a need?
No, our lease
No.
runs out.
No, our lease.
Oh, your lease.
Of which I believe, hopefully, what's being paid for a lease will address quite a bit of a bond issue if it's necessary.
Yes.
So it's not as though it's going to be a big shocker. It should be a reasonable difference. I think we're paying, what, 49,
43.
43,000?
Plus utilities.
Plus utilities. We should have in a new building, and common area maintenance fees too.
Right.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none. Vote tomorrow. Regular business. Request by Public Works Department to purchase a new chloride trailer with capital equipment reserve funds. We have all of that information. Eric did an excellent job of putting
Eric,
those
come on up.
those quotes together. Eric is here. Does anybody on the board have any questions of him?
Yeah, well, what's your recommendation, Eric? The new or the fabricated or? The new.
The new.
You prefer the new. The new's gonna work better for you.
Yeah, yeah. By the time we fabricated and fixed the material that we have now, we'd be in for just as much money. And the one that we're proposing to get is an all opened bottom or top, there's no planks on it, so we can wash it and pressure wash it and hopefully keep it a lot better, cleaner than doing the material that we had.
Are the wheels and axles in sufficient condition that they could be put onto a new bed?
I personally wouldn't. They've deteriorated
Okay.
so bad now that I wouldn't dare to run it anymore. That's just my own opinion
Yep.
on it.
Is there any salvageable sale for that? A few $100, Eric, or everybody's looking for something someday?
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to get it for, take it to Burnett's or something, get some steel. If somebody wanted to put the time into it and put new axles and fix the frame and the cross members,
Read it.
I mean,
Promising.
it's up to,
Okay,
you
you
know.
answered my question. But the new trailer is going to be built so we don't run into this same,
The new trailer has.
where the chloride all sucked into the
Right, the new
board.
trailer has what they call an open design. It's underneath the tank. There's no planks. All it is framework. So you can get right in there with a hot water, the hose, pressure washer, and
Still got to lift the tank off though?
no, you can get, there's cavities that are built into the tank that goes right down. So you can get in there. And my plan was to oil coat it in the spring, so when we start chloriding, hopefully the oil would help prevent the chloride from eating away at it and then keeping it clean as best as possible.
So what he's asking for is the first one we have, is Strutzman. So it's the 9-ton trailer, 1,600 gallon tank and a pump. And so it's $11,700 plus $1,900 to ship it here from Iowa.
How are they shipping it? Are they gonna drive it?
Pull it,
They're
somebody's
truly
pulling
gonna
it here.
ship it.
On a train?
Put it on, yeah.
Put on
Put on a trailer, okay.
I make a motion that we go with a recommendation from the Public Works Director of, is it 13,480?
13.
No,
No.
no, that's this one.
It's 11,700 plus 1,900.
Okay, 11,000. So it's, yeah,
Just the, so the,
13,600.
yes.
Second it.
Motion and a second. Further discussion?
Can you tell me the vendors? Sorry.
Yes, Ian?
1,600 gallons. It's the same thing, yeah, so this way here, we would have we would actually have a spare tank, spare pump, and we could actually use the tank that we are using now for extra storage. Because normally when they bring a load, we can't quite take it all. And this way here, we could potentially use that other tank to finish taking the trailer load.
And if you went with like Sergeant's quote, you just have one still instead of having one in the spare.
If we went with, say, for example, Sergeant or G-Stones or the other one, for approximately the same amount of money, all you're getting is just the trailer.
Okay.
This way here, you're getting the whole tank, the pump, the hoses. The only thing that we have to do is mount our spray bar onto the trailer when it gets here.
Thanks.
Anything else?
Who's the vendor?
Stutzman.
Yeah.
Stutzman Agricultural Products.
Yeah.
No T, no R, Stutzman. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Great, thank you.
Consider cost proposal from Dominion Tech for installation of a firewall and other security services in town office computers. We did have a presentation by them not too long ago, and realizing that some communities have been hacked into, and that we do not have an appropriate firewall to prevent that, or make it more difficult, let's say.
And the select board did authorize at that time that we go ahead and get this proposal. And it was reviewed by others in the office, and folks felt that it was a reasonable quote.
Anything to add, Jen, that you haven't told us?
Other than
The,
between that and couple new computers that need to get purchased, but
Yeah.
that I think was on the way.
There's a $35 a month charge for something.
Yeah, that's until we get the
Until
full-
we-
till-
Probably until
That
we-
covers us until.
I haven't, honestly, I didn't get.
Yeah, the way I read that is that $35 a month covers us to July 1st when the
Yeah.
full
Okay.
contract kicks in.
So, Jen, this is the quoted amount, 4603 and change, is it?
Correct.
So is that going to be an expense every year, or some of the hardware is bought, so it's just going to be?
It's a one-time expense. We may, I think there might be an additional
The
license
35
renewal,
and
but I
a
think
few
that'll
things,
be
but
part
not this.
of their overall contract in July, when we contract with them for their broader package. This will be part of it.
All right, Ian?
I had a question about the wireless interfaces that they quoted for $590. So the tower already has a system that was put in by Wakefield Telecom, and I'm wondering, does that get phased out?
I think so.
Okay.
Because they are proposing to structure it so that there is an internal secure platform and a public secure platform. But right now, that's not possible, apparently, through this current
So you can't
infrastructure.
reuse the hardware that is already in place with this system?
I don't believe so. And if we discontinue it, it's something we're not paying for.
But I mean, we've already paid for, or is it a rental agreement then for the hardware that's in there now?
I'm not sure about the specifics, but I would expect so.
Okay.
Anything else? So, looking for a motion.
Looks like we need it, and I'm going to make a motion that we go with Dominion Tech.
Okay,
Second.
motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Approval of meeting minutes of December 17. Are we ready? We just got those late today.
I haven't gone through all of them.
Okay, so January 28th.
January 28th, I have some changes. Minor changes.
Just grammatical?
Mostly,
Yeah.
no.
And February 18th?
I didn't see February 18th.
Oh, it's in your mailbox. And I
Oh,
emailed
I
it
didn't
to
get
you.
to
I emailed it to you.
Oh, apparently I didn't look at that one then.
All right, so let's just approve January 28th if people are willing.
Well, did other folks get a chance to look at the February 18th?
18th. Recall what I did. Which one did you have a question on about the name, Ted?
That was
I'm
January.
looking for that.
That was
That was January Penny.
Penny.
They put
That,
Penny
yes,
in
okay.
there.
the name Penny
Yeah, I
Sherwood
fixed that.
should have been put in there.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's, that, I fixed on that.
Oh, thank you.
Fixed it. So I will entertain a motion to accept the meeting minutes of January 28, 2019
With my changes, so.
with changes, yes.
So, second.
Motion and second, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Authorized accounts payable warrant, any liquor licenses which are going around, we'll have to sign those. And do we have a number?
The magic number is 63,411,16. 63,411,16.
Select board concerns. Michelle?
I just had a question on some of the other documents, and Val may get to it, but this, let me find it now. MRGP permits?
Oh, right.
Is that something that our Department of Public Works has to fill out every year, or the town has to fill out every year?
Yep.
So is it one permit that covers all, everything?
Right.
Okay.
I've already started to fill it out.
That was all, that's all. I just wanted to make sure that we were on top of it, was what happened.
Joel?
I just want to wish the girls at the semifinals tonight in Barry good luck. It's the basketball championship.
Ted?
I'm all set.
Good? I'm good. Okay. Town administrator's report?
Just a couple of quick announcements. With Ian's help and Chris Curley's help, our website host is in the process of being switched over. We received about a month's notice from our longtime provider that they were discontinuing our hosting services, and we had to scramble to find another provider, which we were able to do towards the end of the month in February. And so last week, we spent effort to get that transferred over, and that transfer is happening probably right now. The website's still functional, so that's a good thing. I'm in the process of getting landscaping quotes. They were due on Friday. We received 3 quotes, and that'll be on the next agenda for review and action. And after town meeting on Tuesday, so on Wednesday probably, Eastview Electric is going to be doing some electrical work here in Holly Hall behind the stage and upstairs in the bell tower. So that'll be some good improvements that the select board originally talked about. And so that's happening right after town meeting.
Any of that under the stage?
Yes.
No, okay.
Yeah, moving the wires out and trying to improve the storage space capacity under there. And that's all I have right now.
Any correspondence other than what we've seen?
I'm sorry, what?
Correspondence, no more?
No. Although the copies of the notes that we received are right here, or the originals are right there if you want to see them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we do have an executive session,
Yes, we do.
so Michelle, you want to read that?
Is it
Oh, this is very
contracts,
we get a
pending
copy of that?
litigation, and personnel matters.
Make a motion that we go into executive session for 1 VSA subsection 313 to discuss personnel matters and pending litigation.
And I recommend that the select board move downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, yes. We're not going to ask people to leave, we'll go downstairs.
Somebody needs
Okay,
to
sorry. Who made the motion?
I did.
Okay,
And
second?
also, we should have the record reflect that our town attorney, Kevin Brown, is invited to participate.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will go downstairs for executive session.